I am not going to let you enter 2026 still stuck in an endless loop of doom scrolling like it's your full-time job. So here are 9 super simple free things you can do to unrot your brain before 2026. If you start today, by the time you enter the next year, you will have your peace, your focus, everything back. Habit number 1 is to start and end your day scrolling Pinterest instead of opening Instagram or Twitter. We are addicted to scrolling. I think it's not a new news, but quitting cold turkey from that often results in people bouncing back to their old habits. So instead of quitting cold turkey, we are replacing your mindless scroll with something more intentional. I've mentioned this before also in another video, but this is so effective because you're still using your phone, but you're just replacing scrolling with a less damaging activity. It's also useful because the kind of pins that you save on Pinterest is the kind of energy that you'll keep seeing more of. So for me, I have saved pictures from my vision board, things that represent peace, creativity, the life that I'm building. So now every morning when I open Pinterest, my feed is filled with images that inspire me instead of making me feel less than. And if you're on iPhone, you can also add a Pinterest widget right on your home screen. That way you have it accessible very, very easily. It's subtle, but it's powerful. And this way you won't have to quit cold turkey. But once you do it for a week, you'll automatically start noticing the shift in your energy. Second is to read one article with your morning coffee or chai. This is another time when we usually tend to pick up our phone, get lost in endless scrolling. But might I suggest picking up your phone to read something more meaningful instead? It can be on anything: psychology, design, finance, lifestyle, whatever sparks your curiosity. I personally love reading about outer space, the deep ocean, medical advancement related articles, and of course psychology related ones as well. Essentially, when you read, you're basically starting the day with critical thinking instead of overstimulation. And this has a massive impact on how you function throughout the day. I would suggest downloading apps like Substack or Medium, because once you read a few articles that you like on these apps, you will automatically start getting recommended similar stuff that makes it a lot of fun. You can also try one of these websites that I personally enjoy reading on. And then we move on to step number 3, which is to stop playing things in the background. By this point, we all know that multitasking is not good for your brain. And even then, to kind of cure boredom, we use the background playing trick. We play podcasts or music or TV shows in the background while we are doing something mundane. Now, this not only reduces efficiency, but it also makes your brain work harder. You are in a constant state of overstimulation. So for the remaining days of 2025, I want you to try and do this. Whenever you're doing a chore, focus just on that chore and don't play stuff in the background. For the first few times, it's going to be difficult, trust me, because I have been doing this now and it is extremely difficult. Your brain will crave that stimulation, but within just 1 week, you will start feeling the difference. Your tasks will get done a lot faster, your focus will drastically improve, and you will overall have more brain space than you thought was possible. It really, really helps. After doing that, you are going to schedule at least 3 non-screen activities every single week. Because if you suddenly stop scrolling, you're going to have a massive gap between the dopamine that your brain expects and what you are currently giving it. So you need activities that help keep your dopamine levels up without relying on scrolling alone. This is where non-screen activities come in. These should ideally be a part of your dopamine menu. If you missed it, I spoke about this in my 6-week glow up video. You can check it out somewhere here. I also have a sheet in that video to help you create your own dopamine menu. So go check it out. It's free, download it. Ideally, before 2026, even if you can't create the whole menu, I would recommend making a list of 3 activities that you enjoy doing, like you absolutely love, that don't involve any screen time. So for me, for example, these activities are badminton, walking, dinner with friends, date night, even going to the gym or working out, reading a physical book. I also love crafts and painting and all of that, but recently there's been a lot on my plate, so I haven't been able to do that as often. And you can get creative with these activities, as creative as you like. So plan no screen days with your friends or your partner. Do something completely random. The options are endless. So for the next 15 days, try this. 3 non-screen activities every week. Doesn't matter if it's big or small, just something that reminds you what it feels like to exist without performing, without touching glass. Do it for the same reason that you did things as a kid, because you enjoy it. Be fully there, be intentional, and just let yourself be. After this, we come to habit number 5, meal and outfit prep. This one is unexpected, but I want you to give it a try because it will honestly give your brain so much space to think. And that is prepping your meals and your outfits for the week. You know how people say that I'm tired, but I've barely done anything? That is not laziness, it's actually decision fatigue, because having to make over 35,000 decisions a day is not easy. And yet it's what most of us do every single day. And then you are drained by noon and you're craving that dopamine hit that comes from doom scrolling. So what do I want you to do instead? take a few things off your plates by batching your decision making. Essentially, at the beginning of each week, you sit down for 30 minutes, you plan what you're going to eat plus what you're going to wear, and that way you've taken a huge mental load off your plate and cleared space for other more important stuff, even for rest. Taking an hour out of your week to decide beforehand just puts you in action mode, so that when the day comes, you are not scrambling around, you're not wasting an additional 30 minutes in doing this. You are just automatically tuned in to what you need to do, what you need to wear, and what you need to eat. You always have a healthy meal plan ready. You can bulk buy your groceries. It just makes your life easier and your brain less fatigued. You feel calmer, more present, more focused, and it really impacts how your brain makes decisions throughout the week. Coming to habit number 6, curate your inputs like your life depends on it. Because honestly, it does. Your brain is constantly learning from what you feed it, even when you think you're just scrolling. So before 2026, I want you to take 1 hour and clean your entire digital environment. Unfollow everything that makes you compare, makes you spiral, makes you feel behind, makes you feel like your life is not enough. And instead, either delete social media for a bit or follow accounts that make you feel calm, inspired, curious, uplifted, creative, and grounded. This matters because your brain absorbs patterns. If all your feed is hot takes and negativity and drama and outrage and aesthetics that don't match your life, your brain learns that this is normal and you feel less than adequate. But when your inputs feel intentional, when they feel peaceful, growth-oriented, your brain learns that instead. This is free, it takes 1 hour, and the return on investment is genuinely life-changing. Do it today if you can. Coming to habit number 7, make your environment boring in the right places. Hear me out. Your brain is rotting not because you're lazy, but because your environment is constantly overstimulating you. You are addicted to that overstimulation. There's clutter, noise, notifications, random tabs open, 17 things lying around on your desk. It all creates micro stress that destroys your focus. So here's your assignment. Pick one space that you use daily. It could be your desk, your bedside table, your vanity, your entryway, and make it boringly clean. Not aesthetic, not Pinteresty, just low distraction. A clean desk makes you use your brain. A chaotic desk makes you use your phone. This one tweak can reduce your impulse to scroll by so much because you're no longer surrounded by chaos. Your brain gets to rest. And when your environment calms down, your mind calms down. Coming to habit number 8, adopt the 3-minute closure rule. One of the biggest sources of brain rot is open loops. Unfinished tasks, lingering to-dos that never get done. Your brain stays overstimulated because it is constantly in the I'll do it later mode. This keeps you anxious and restless and weirdly attracted to scrolling because it numbs discomfort. So here's what I want you to do. Whenever you're about to leave a room or finish a task, ask yourself, is there anything here that I can close in 3 minutes? Example, putting that one cup in the sink or replying to that one message or folding that one piece of clothing. Clear your notifications. Delete the screenshots that you don't need. Throw away that wrapping paper. Make your bed. Reset your desk. 3 minutes is nothing, but the mental clarity that you get from reducing open loops is unbelievable. You feel lighter, you feel more in control, you feel less overwhelmed, and naturally way less dependent on your phone to distract you. Coming to habit number 9, and that is to move your body, not to look good, but to feel human. I know everybody talks about working out for aesthetics, but the real reason that your brain feels rotted is because your body is stagnant. You're consuming stimulation without realizing any of it. You don't need a gym membership, you don't need a fitness plan, you don't even need a glow-up routine. You just need to move in any way that reminds your brain that you are a living, breathing human being. Go for a 15-minute walk, stretch at home, do a quick Pilates flow, dance in your room, sit on the floor and open your hips, follow a 7-minute workout on YouTube, go play badminton with your friends. Movement literally resets your nervous system. It releases stuck energy, it reduces anxiety and improves your focus. And gives your brain the one thing that doom scrolling never can, and that is regulation. And when your body feels grounded, your mind follows. Suddenly you are calmer, more present, patient, and less addicted to your phone. Ideally, you should move daily, but if you don't do it or haven't done it in a while, start with 5 minutes because very little amount of time, but the impact it has is massive. And coming to habit number 10, do more things with your hands. The other day, I was kneading dough, gundoing atta basically. And I was doing this after a really long time because usually I have my didi come over and she cooks for me, and I'm not somebody who eats a lot of roti, like I'm more of a rice person. So I just never really have the need for gundoing atta, but I was doing it the other day and it was so much fun. The feeling, the texture, like the gooiness of the dough was such a wonderful experience, and it made me realize that we spend our whole life touching nothing but glass screens. No soil, no paper, not ingredients, just cold glass. And then we wonder why we feel disconnected, because we've replaced everything that's real, everything that's human with scrolling. We have replaced our gardening with fake plants, our cooking with ordering in, and painting with scrolling. So we don't make anything anymore, we only consume. And that constant consumption doesn't ground you, it drains you, it fogs your brain, it disconnects you from yourself. So the next 10 to 15 days, I want you to pick one hands-on activity like gardening or pottery or cooking or painting or journaling, anything that gets you away from the screen. Feel the texture, notice the mess, let your senses switch back on. Your brain needs that reconnection and your body needs that slowness. You will be shocked by how quickly you start feeling human again and how less you start to rely on your phone. And last, but definitely not the least, schedule your social media time and mean it. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It does not matter what promises you make to other people. What really matters is the promises that you make to yourself and how well you keep them. We all know that scrolling for hours is not good for us. It messes with our focus, our sleep, our mood, literally everything. But we still end up doing it, right? Like we'll tell ourselves just 5 more minutes and before you know it, it's been 2 hours and you are deep into someone's 2018 Goa trip. So here's what I started doing and it's been a game changer. I made my screen time something I earn. Like if I finish a task I've been avoiding, I get 10 minutes of guilt-free scrolling. If I finish a workout, I get another 5 minutes of scrolling. It's kind of like positive reinforcement, like when you teach a cat or a dog a trick and then reward them, except this time you are the one learning the trick. And trust me, this tiny shift changes everything, because the moment you make social media a reward instead of a reflex, you start using it intentionally instead of habitually. So set a timer, scroll guilt-free in that time, and then stop when it rings. No, just one more reel. No, wait, this looks interesting. Just stop. You should use social media, not let it use you. All right? Let me know if you have tried any of these activities before and how helpful you found them if you have tried them. And make sure you check out this video next. I have a lot more ideas to stop scrolling in this one if you enjoyed this one. And I'm going to see you guys very, very soon with another one. Bye.